not going after innocent people here. We're going after the most serious criminals. Outlaw motorcycle gang members are the biggest distributors of drugs in this country. Many of these criminals will claim that they're picked at random somehow, that we're targeting people that don't have criminal histories. It's a nonsense. We are looking at those criminals who are identified by the police and intelligence agencies around the country that are the highest value targets.
We come home and you talk about deportation, and the first thing people go, oh, you're a 501. Are you in the 501 gang? There ain't no 501 gang. I don't know where people get that from. We're 501s because we got deported from Australia, and that's going to stick with people all their lives, you know. Since I've been home, people ask me, I'm straight up with them. Yeah, I used to be in a club. Okay, yes, I got deported. Yes, I'm a 501. You want to go anywhere here in town? What's your name? Lee Deploy. Okay, we're just going to Google your name. Oh, hey, you're a rebel. Or, hey, you're a 501, you know? And that was the hardest thing when I come home, because we found it hard to get a house here. It was because we had good friends here and good community, and people helped us out, you know. It wasn't about what I was wearing on my back. They knew me as Lee. So there is heaps of stigma about that.
Nearly 3,000 people have been deported to New Zealand since late 2014, when Australia began hardline enforcement of a new immigration policy. The deportees have become known as 501s, named after the section of the law that has allowed many of their visas to be cancelled.
I was going to work, and I took a bit of a look up at the rearview mirror, and I seen a cop car behind me with the flashing lights. There's no sound, just the flashing lights, and then all of a sudden all these cars had come out of nowhere, blocked me in, and handed me a piece of paper saying that my visa had been cancelled.
What was your reaction at that point in time?
Oh, shock.
Tapuia was held in custody for 2 years while he fought the cancellation of his visa, but he was ultimately deported in 2017.
You know, we can all be big tough bikies and this and that, but being put in a prison, you know, maximum prison, man, like, you know, caged up, and then a detention centre. The shit that I see in the detention centres, you'll never see in a jail. It's bad, you know, and to see that, and then getting people to ask you as well, can you help me take my life? You know, it's like, you know, because I don't want to be there. You know, can you do this? Seeing people getting burning themselves, slicing themselves, you know, that stuff there really, you know, stays with you, you know, and some of the times too, you know, I don't blame myself, but sometimes I do, because I joined a club and, you know, this is what's happened. I've been sent home, but at the end of the day, you can join a club. I had no criminal record, you know, why was I sent home? For me coming home, it was hard, because me being in Perth and being with the club for so long over there, that's all I was with 24/7. I was with the boys, and you know, coming home with no one here that's not in the club as well, it was hard, you know. But I was coming home to other stuff as well. I was coming home to my other kids that are here. My mum was real crook, you know. So yeah, and the rest of the stress coming home, bringing my family home, coming to a place where they don't know about, you know. It's pretty hard, you know.
2 years after being forced to return to New Zealand, Tapuia made the difficult decision to quit gang life and put his family first.
Yeah, no, the patch meant a lot to me, you know. I joined a club for the brotherhood, the family, and that's what I seen in the club. Yeah, you know, and you know, to bring it back with me, I held pride in it. But it's time to get me sorted, my family sorted, and the hardest bit was facing the brothers that I had and handing my patch in and saying, man, I can't do this anymore because of my mental health and because of my family. You know, I've had a pretty hard life, and I think it's time for me to talk about my journey in my life. And I was brought up in the hood. You know, Mum was raising us as much as she could. You know, my dad wasn't around. I actually got abused when I was younger, and it is a big thing for me to talk about, but I got help for it, and now get it out, and that's one of my things that I struggled in life. Yeah, so this is where it all began, my childhood. Lucas Street, as we call it, the hood. It was supposed to be my safe place, but I got, this is where my abuse happened when I was a young kid, around the age of 8, and you know, when you think your house is a safe place and the person that looks after you, you're trusted, abused me in this house, so it does bring some bad memories back, but also there are some good memories around here. I met some good people and long-time friends. Yeah, my darkest point, it's get a bit emotional about it, eh? It's just a place you don't want to go, you know, it's, you know, just trying to get yourself better, but then you got your family going through things, and, you know, especially your kids, man, it's, you see them, and just my depression was real bad. It's, when you get to that dark place, it's a bloody hard place to get out of, and it's taken me a while to work at it, and I was about to attempt to take my own life, and just the thought of just my kids and my grandkids come to me, and they sort of, I think they needed me around to help them get out of their dark times too.
A carpet layer by trade, Tapuia turned to boxing for salvation.
Boxing's always been a passion for me, and I had a couple of young kids that were going through their own stuff, and I could relate to them. So we thought, oh yeah, okay, I'll teach you a bit of boxing, and started in my garage, and come from there. I was trying to mentor them and tell them my journey and my struggles in life and stuff like that, and then it just grew from there, and there's more and more youth coming to my boxing in the garage. Now I've got my own charitable organisation that we're in now, and we've got our own boxing gym. Started with 3 kids, like we said, and now we're up to 130, 150 members in our gym, mentoring young youth, young adults, women as well, and older people. It's overwhelming, it's emotional. I'll get real emotional where I am now. I've had some roadblocks in the way, but I always try to keep positive and teach everyone else, you know, in life there is hope, and there's always the number one thing for our gym is just believing in yourself and being confident, and you know, life's not perfect, you know, we are going to hit those roadblocks, but you got to get through them.
Come on, Bo, straight. Hey, good, nice, good. Get those hands up, move, hands back up, that's it.